Hello friends, I'll be looking at this index equation. There's equation with indices. The question says solve the equation 2 exponent 2x plus 3 minus 33 bracket open 2 exponent x bracket close plus 4 equals to 0. So what I would do here is apply law of indices, multiplication law of indices in this first index expression. That will give me 2 exponent 2x multiplied by 2 exponent 3. So these and these are the same because you can see 2 is the common base. If you pick one, you're going to add the powers, that is the exponent, to obtain back this. Okay? So minus 33 bracket 2 exponent x plus 4 equal to 0. So now I'm going to rewrite this first index expression as 2 exponent x in brackets times 2, because this and this are the same. We say x times 2 is 2x multiplied by, remember that this 2 exponent 3 is going to give me 8, because 2 times 2 times 2 into 3 is 8, minus 33 bracket 2 exponent x plus 4 is equal to 0. So now I'm going to introduce a second letter as a second variable. I'll call it a to replace 2 exponent x. Let 2 exponent x is equals to a. Okay? So meaning anywhere I see 2 exponent x here, I'm going to replace it with a. So doing that, the first expression will give me a raised to the power of 2 times 8 minus 33 a, as here a, plus 4 equal to 0. So this is the same thing as 8a squared. I'm multiplying 8 by 8 squared. That will give me 8a squared minus 33. Yeah, I'm already obtaining a quadratic equation. Plus 4 is equal to 0. This is a quadratic constant. That 4 is the quadratic constant. So what I'm going to do is to factorize this. There are many ways you can solve quadratic equation, but I'm going to use factorization method here. So using factorization method, I'm going to multiply the first term with the quadratic constant. That will give me minus 33a and 32a squared. I'm going to look for these two numbers that if I add them, I will have minus 33. But if I multiply them, I will have plus 32. I'm going to be looking at the two numbers. The two numbers are minus 32 and minus 1. Because if you say minus 32 plus minus 1, that will give me minus 33. And if you say minus 32 times minus 1, that will give me plus 32, because minus times minus is plus, 32 times 1 is 32. So here now, I will recall back the original quadratic equation, which is 8a squared minus 33a plus 4 equal to 0. So what I need to do is to replace the middle term with these two numbers. And remember, we're dealing with a as the variable. So I'm going to multiply the two numbers with the variable a. That will give me 8a squared minus 32a minus a. Remember that minus 1 times by a is minus a, okay, plus 4 is equals to 0. Okay, so now I'm going to factorize. Okay, factorizing this will give, I'll have 8a squared minus 32 a in brackets and a plus 4 equals to 0. I'm going to factorize the first bracket, factorize the second bracket. Factorizing this, I'll have 8a outside bracket, a inside, because 8a times a will give me 8a squared minus. What will remain here is 4, because 8 times 4 is 32. Then because a is here, so you put 32a. So 8a is the factor. Now, what the common factor here in this bracket is minus 1. I'm going to bring out minus 1 bracket, because if you factorize, bring out minus 1, what will remain here is a, because minus 1 times a is minus a. Put minus here, because minus times minus is plus. 1 times 4 is 4, so what 4 will remain here, so equals to 0, because 4 will remain. So you can see I have a minus 4 here and I have a minus 4 here. I'm going to pick one, so this becomes 8a minus 1 is equal to, in brackets, and also a minus 1, because I have a minus 1 here, a minus 4 here, a minus 4 here, they are common, just pick one, equal to 0. So I'm going to equate each bracket with 0. That will give me 8a minus 1 is equal to 0, and a minus 4 is equal to 0. So I'm going to look for the value of a in each of this equation. So this becomes, to look for the value of a here, that becomes 8a equals to minus 1 will cross equal sign to become plus 1, and this will be equals to a equal to 1 over 8, because I'm dividing both sides by the equations of a, which is 8, to obtain the value of a, which is 1 over 8. So the same thing will be done here. So making a the subject of the formula, I'm going to have a is equal to 4, because minus 4 will cross equal sign to become plus 4. So I have two values of a, which are 1 over 8 and 4. So, but that is not what we're looking for. We're looking for the value of x. Remember the original equation. So I'm going to bring out this equation. It's very important, where you say let 2x raised to the power of x be equals to a. So I'm going to replace the value of a with 1 over 8 and also with 4. So bringing out this original equation, I'll have 2 exponent x is equal to 1 over 8. Remember, 1 over 8 is the same thing as 8 raised to the power of minus 1 in indices. So that is 2 exponent x is equal to 8 raised to the power of minus 1. And I'm going to make a to have the same base with 2 in order to get the value of x. That will be 2 exponent x is equal to, remember that 8 is the same thing as 2 raised to the power of 3. But remember, we already have minus 1 as the exponent. So the 3 is going to multiply by minus 1 to give us 2 exponent minus 3. Okay. Now we have the same base, 2 here, 2 here. They will cancel out and we pick the exponent. So that there x becomes equal to minus 3. I'm going to do the same thing with 4. So recalling back this as well, 2 exponent x. Calling back for this, for 4, 2 exponent x is equal to 4. And you know that you are going to make 4 to have the same base with 2 in order to find the value of x. Making that, that would be 2 exponent x is equal to 2 raised to the power of 2, because 2 raised to the power of 2 is 4. So now you see that we have common base. 2 will cancel out 2. You're picking x as 2. X is equal to 2. So therefore, you can see I have two values of x, minus 3 and plus 2. Therefore, x is equal to minus 3 or 2. So these are the values of x. That is the answer. So don't forget to hit the subscribers button. Thank you for watching.